I am the Chronicler. I shall record your adventures in my book of legends. Tell me of your deeds.
Everything is possible.
All right. Playing some more Archolos.
It's all just rumors.
Talk to Renzo again. Still got the Who's Who quest.
Why is he only finding out about it?
Hey,
It's good you're here. We need to talk about what you did at the mine. Bloodwind has already told me everything.
He said his lies.
it's not what you think.
Easy, boy. Do you think I can be deceived so easily? I listened calmly to what Bloodwind had to say. I sifted the truth from the lies, and eventually Bloodwind received a ticket from me for an exciting trip to the Valley of Mines.
Tried to blame the whole mine situation on you. The only thing he didn't foresee was that you were working directly under my orders.
In this way, he told me all his methods and offenses as if they applied to you, and I received clear evidence of his guilt. In his new home, he will have all too many opportunities to use his talents to motivate the miners.
I have to hand it to you, Marvin. You got a knack for this stuff. Not only did you see through what was going on in the mine, but you made the guilty man sing it all himself.
How did you keep the miners from openly revolting?
The first way, a forceful solution could have been.
Unfortunately, a forceful solution couldn't be avoided.
In that case, I'll have to prepare the appropriate forms for on-the-job accidents and compensation for the injured family. It'll cost us some money, but it's better than losing the mine.
What will happen to the mine now?
To begin with, I will send a whole new garrison of guards there. This time, I will appoint someone much more experienced and less power-hungry.
We will shut down recruitment of new miners for a while to avoid re-infiltration. I still have to think about how to deal with Igor. He's a calculus specialist. But the situation,
It will probably take a good few weeks, but the mine will be profitable. That's enough talk. Here's your pay. You have something to celebrate now, and I'm going to get on with solving this.
Alright. Cool, man. That's badass. I still haven't leveled. Alrighty, chap. That's pretty cool.
It's nothing new.
Let's go check the armor.
I need a...
Pod look.
Pod boy. Reflex mode,
had to ask me earlier.
No?
My reaction was the same.
What question should I be doing in broad daylight? Escape, steam, natural methods, hot sands, build the railroad, work for an alchemist. Oh.
It's better not to do that.
You have to be careful what you say.
It can't go on like this.
Show me your...
Bless me. Of course, boy. Adanos, go in peace.
Alright, playing some more.
Would you be with... I only need...
Unfortunately...
Well, you didn't.
Do you really think so?
Only gave him like 15 gold pieces.
Quiet.
He must be doing drugs. Drugs are bad. Woohoo! It just never gets old. I'm Superman. What's up, Hope? Oh, what's going on here? Mercenary reading the rights of somebody. Woohoo! City guard.
You already know my opinion. It was obvious.
Who says such things?
A lot more people in there.
Come on, don't tell me things like that.
Ah, the guards are reading stuff to them. They're mercenaries. God. What am I supposed to be doing here? Since they already had them the other guild members are helping newcomers, I'm supposed to investigate the assassination. Very shit to fill his very life and problem for the city. At the moment, the other guild. I was supposed to go. Oh, I was supposed to. You know what? I was supposed to go to that dude's house and shit. Run all the way back here for nothing.
I haven't heard anything about it.
Shit, I loaded over like I ran way back here like a dumbass and didn't have to. I stopped last night. Remember saying something about the docks.
I want to...
We'll see what... Come back.
Got 6.
I want to...
We'll see what...
Gave me away.
It can't be like that.
I told you this would happen. I told you it was a matter of time, and look, I was right.
What do you think you were right about?
Morris has learned nothing from the recent protests.
But who could have expected that some madman...
Not a madman, just people. Ordinary people who have had enough of the government and its clowns looking into their purses for years.
And you're still doing the same...
Who told you that? I already got word from your runners. You can go, but don't cover any tracks.
I haven't seen you here in a while, boy. Where have you been wandering?
I was looking for Jorn.
I didn't manage to do much either. A few people in the harbor said they saw him, but it always turned out in the end that they were just trying to get some gold coins.
What are you doing here?
All this searching and living in the city is incredibly bad for my pouch. So I thought maybe Volker could help me out a little. Financially and with the search for Jorn.
Why would Volker help in the search?
Because he is a good man. He can take pity on the poor and needy. Even though he himself is the richest citizen of the whole city, I wanted to offer him my invaluable services in exchange for help with our current problem. In this situation, however, I won't bother him. Let him rest. After all, I know what it's like to have a crowd of onlookers outside your house who want to literally tear you apart for information. Tell me more about what you are doing.
I'm here to help close the investigation.
You? I didn't know you were involved in such important matters. Isn't this a little beyond your capability? Anyway, that's not important now. Maybe if you're nice and helpful, Volker himself will want to return the favor. Just remember not to offend him by accident.
What are you gonna do now?
I'm going back to the port. Maybe I can finally find someone more reliable than those last drunks. After all, George...
Oh no,
I've always
not
said
trust
that.
him. He's a...
I'd better leave it alone.
Do you really think
Who's that? Ivy. Hey, what's Ivy doing?
Ivy?
I didn't think you'd change your mind so...
And I didn't know you work for Ushura.
Apparently you're not the only one who can surprise people. I happen to need gold, and my current employer has a whole lot...
The boss at home?
At home? But he has a visitor. And not just any visitor. He was reportedly visited by the governor himself.
Governor? That's where the guardsmen came from.
At least they're not as disruptive as the guards. Be glad you don't have to see their faces in the guild.
True. But I see others instead.
I'd love to get out of here. Sit in some tavern and drink a cold beer. But Bradlock owes me money for my last. Looking at the way the honorable gentlemen have been dawdling, I think I will wait a little longer. Talk is talk, but I'm guessing you didn't come here just to admire Volk.
I'm investigating an assassination.
Has the assassin not already...
A suspect has been caught, but it's unclear if he was actually behind assassination. That's what I need to do. By the way, I'm considering a job offer for your boss.
And yet, Lorenzo sent you away empty-handed?
He claims he doesn't have the time or money to help me.
Typical excuse of a merchant who sniffed out a better deal. Much can be said about Volker, but one thing is certain. He can reward generously for dedicated service. Keep that in mind when you talk to him.
Make way for His Excellency. Make way for the governor.
Oh-ho. I guess we made it after all. Cookies first.
I don't stand at all what he is doing, sir.
There are great chances.
Can I see your boss now?
Bradlock will decide that. You'll find him in the hallway.
What are you looking for here?
I need to see your boss.
Really? And for what purpose do you want to see him?
I'm here about the investigation.
Investigation?
The guild's chairman sent me to determine the identity of the assassin.
As far as I know, the guards have already apprehended the culprit.
Lorenzo says it's just a cover-up.
I see the rumblings between the guild and the guard continue at their best. On the other hand, Volker himself mentioned...
Mentioned what?
Actually, it doesn't matter. If he wants to, he'll tell you
Does that mean you'll take me?
Follow me, and keep your hands to yourself.
How about me?
I finally get a visit from someone with whom I can forget about court etiquette. What brings you to my humble abode, young man?
I was sent to solve the investigation into an attempt on your life.
I knew Lorenzo would do the right thing. He always does. Now tell me, what do you want?
Excuse me?
You're in my house, boy. The house of the richest man in the city. I guess you want something in return.
Actually, it's something I want. I hear you reward your people generously for faithful service.
So, like everyone else, you're interested in gold.
You misunderstood me. I'm trying to find a person close to me, but I haven't heard from him in a long time. To make matters worse, my current employers are unwilling to help me. I also know that you're on the trail of an organization. In exchange for your help, I could learn something about it.
You help me, and I'll help you.
That's what collaboration is all about.
Sounds interesting, but I'm afraid as long as the guards occupy my house, nothing will come of this collaboration.
I think I know what we can do about this.
I'm all ears.
I was sent to solve the investigation into an attempt on your life.
I knew Lorenzo would do the right thing. And what happens once we find that guilty person?
Then the guards will leave your property and go to the harbor to secure it from refugees. This is their priority right now.
At best it will happen, but I generally don't believe in coincidences. I doubt the guards will leave me quickly.
Why do you think that?
The case is more complicated than you might think. This is not about punishing the guilty and closing the investigation. What if I told you there wasn't one man behind the assassination, but a group of people? The same group that I've been trying to figure out for years.
Do you have any proof?
My and others. If one of Bradlock's men had not happened to be in the assassin's firing line, at that moment, the last litany would have been recited for my soul. This man knew exactly what he was doing.
Did you see the assassin?
To tell you the truth, I didn't see much at the time. The whole situation happened in front of my manor within a short I couldn't see his face because he had cleverly hidden it under his hood. I remember, however, that his movements were not random. He loaded the bolt and drew the crossbow with as much efficiency as if he had been doing it for years.
What can you tell me about this organism?
Imagine a disease that slowly but steadily rolls over an old man's body. Day by day, his strength wilts until it finally leaves him. This is what the subversives are. A plague. A smoldering spark which, if not extinguished in time, will eventually burn down this city. They know I'm on their trail. That's why they're trying to kill me. If it wasn't for Bradlock and his men, they would have killed me long ago.
Why do these subversives want you dead?
Isn't it obvious? I am the only person openly talking about them and doing anything to stop them.
And what do the authorities...
The authorities are sweeping the issue under the carpet, claiming there is no problem. But if there is no problem, who is kidnapping people from their own beds in cold blood? Who is blocking decisive action to kill the beast plaguing the villagers? Who?
Are you saying that the guard grabbed the wrong person?
This is not the first time the guard has dropped a case for their own convenience. I know this kid. He once took a loan from me, which he later failed to repay on time. Days passed, the amount grew, and the man finally hit the pavement and began agitating outside my house, blaming me for everything. The story with the crazy frustrate sounds reasonable, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone put that crossbow in his hands and told him to pull the trigger. As the merchants say, time is running out, so let's make a deal. Find out who was really behind the assassination. Present irrefutable evidence to the authorities, and you will know my generosity.
All right. All right. I agree to this arrangement.
Glad to hear there is someone in this city who cares about justice. If you must, talk to the rest of my men. Alfred, Bernard and Bradlock were at the manor at the time. I can vouch for the truth of their word. Now, if you'll excuse...
I got armor. Damn.
Don't say you don't know about it.
I actually saw it myself.
It was exactly as you say.
How can I help you?
Volker sent me. I need answers to some questions.
Oh, of course. I am always at the service of my master. So, how can I help you, dear?
What were you doing the day the assassination attempt?
I cleaned up the lobby, wrote down my schedule, and filed papers. The usual things I do every day. May I ask, why?
The Araxos Guild would like to help your master solve the assassination investigation.
It is truly noble of you to go to this trouble. Considering your reputation, I'd sooner expect another guard. However, any help is appreciated. I will try to answer all your questions.
Why is Volker called the usurer?
What? Please don't...
I didn't mean to offend him.
Ah, I think I understand. I believe the hurtful term comes from people who can't handle lone... Instead of thanking Volker for giving them a hand in a tough situation, they prefer to slander him and treat him as the guilty part. But the worst part is that this insult passes from mouth to mouth, and many people don't even realize that they are insulted. And he is a man of many talents. Wise, just, and, as few people know, skilled in fencing. If the assassin hadn't been a coward and attacked at close range, Master Volker would have been able to handle him, and that boy Norman would still be among us.
Did the assassin leave?
The guards who arrived on the scene immediately seized all items belonging to the The only things I have with me are the flyers that my master's opponents hung on the fence a few days before the...
Can I take a look at what...
You can even keep it. Just be warned. It oozes venom and...
Do you happen to know where these people got the pamphlets?
I'm guessing someone made an order for the whole batch, because you can still find them around town.
Someone, or the assassin?
I doubt an ordinary townsman would afford for such a price. If you consider them a vital lead in the investigation, I'd look around in plazas and other crowded places. Maybe you can find someone who distributes them.
Have you noticed anything?
Since the attempt, the townspeople have come here to look at the crime scene. Many of them look suspicious, but none have caught my eye. We try to work as we used to, enduring the presence of onlookers, and life must go.
Tell me about yourself.
My name's Alfred, and I am the humble chamberlain of mine. I have been providing him with humble advice and helping to manage this beautiful property for many.
How long have you worked here?
Almost my whole... I had previously served Volker's father, and as a young lad I apprenticed under his... But since then...
Those are all the...
I'm glad I...
Rough diarrhea in the mouth. Look at all the gold shit. They just now
Don't
daring you to steal some
talk.
shit.
Since you're supposedly in charge of this investigation, why don't you start with the damn blood on the wall? In our weather, it stinks so much that it's impossible to guard the door without... At least the gardener will be able to scrub the entire wall.
You can handle it.
It's nothing new.
Hey, you. What are you doing here?
I'm working, boy. What does that...
You don't seem too concerned about the fact that your master almost died.
Assassinations are bad and all, but this wall won't clear itself.
What's that blood?
I have no idea. My concern is getting rid of it from the wall. It smells nasty, but luckily it's still fresh.
Do you know anything?
He's a hothead, a bit like you. For weeks I've seen him canvassing with others outside. He was shouting that he ended up on the street, and that it was Volker. Well, that's what happens when you don't pay your taxes.
How did he manage to enter the property?
Slackers, if you will. Probably got drunk with wine in the kitchen as usual, and left the garden unprotected. It's just a shame that cleaning up afterwards is my problem.
Were there
A lot of people. Mostly people from the harbor and the outskirts of the city. They blame the rich citizens. I'm convinced it was at their insistence that the shithead pulled the trigger.
Do you know if Volker has any enemies?
He's got plenty of enemies, but that doesn't surprise me. Many would like to get their hands on his vast wealth.
What about friends?
That's worse. And I'd call them business partners more than friends. My master chooses his friends very carefully. He usually prefers the company of books and Alfred to anyone else.
Who's Alfred?
He is Volker's trusted advisor. He has been working with him since Volker moved into the manor, even before the war. Personally, I'm not particularly fond of him, but it seems my master appreciates his advice.
Thanks for talking.
See you later.
What with?
And he works almost all day long.
You need a lead water bottle?
I knew there would be problems.
Do I not have a lead water bottle?
The secret that everyone knows about?
Really? I got all this shit in a lead water bottle.
I know. Can you be sure about that?
I've always said that.
My reaction was the same.
Nice house.
Isn't that right? You have to admit Mr. Volker had...
Can I come inside?
It depends. If Volker...
Apparently...
What makes you think I'd want to...
Your boss said you'd answer my questions. Besides, I'm here to help.
I was where I always was, with Volker.
Apparently you weren't too close to him. He was this close to getting killed.
Don't mock me, punk. I didn't leave his...
And yet, by some miracle, the attempt happened.
Whoever attacked my boss wasn't just some scum from the slum.
Most people think otherwise.
Most people are idiots. I saw the way he moved. Guy clearly came here for one. If that kid hadn't been in the firing line, he would have collected his last paycheck.
Tell me about this.
His name was Norman. The kid was about your age. He stumbled here not too long ago.
Stumble?
One of ours offered him a job at Volker's, and since he met the requirements, the boss agreed to take him on a trial period. There wasn't much use for him, though. I tried to teach him to fight, but the shithead just wasted my time. At least he did a pretty good job as a water carrier.
And a living sheep.
There's no denying it.
Do you have the bolt head?
What the hell do you need the bolt head for?
Maybe it can tell us more about the weapon the assassin...
The guards probably got rid of it a long time ago. And if not, you'll find it in the graveyard, 2 meters underground in the body of that snot. I already told you everything I know. Now leave me alone.
Everyone knows it now.
I feel sorry for this poor man.
Don't talk.
You can't believe everything you
I
hear.
have my own opinion on this topic.
I feel sorry for
I won't tell her anything.
Some problems solve themselves.
Yes, that's very typical.
Exactly as you say. You don't know about it.
You have to be careful what
I
you
actually
say.
saw it myself.
Nothing will change in this matter.
There are good chances of this
Don't
happening.
say you don't know about
At
it.
least there is peace.
I feel sorry for
Don't
this
repeat
poor
it
man.
to anyone.
There are great chances for this.
I heard something else.
Please.
I think there's a bar back over.
If I didn't know it myself.
He did not deserve such a thing. Only they had
How do you endure?
Look who visited us. The Merchants Guild. As proud as that sounds. More like Thieves Guild. The same gang that intimidates the innocent citizens of this city. However, I can see from you that you are not proud of it. And rightly so. You may have made a mistake, but we are here to guide you out of it. I invite you, stranger. Take this pamphlet and read it. And I guarantee you will soon...
Show me you.
Really?
We are told that the state of emergency is the fault of the... It's all lies! They want to slaughter us like sheep.
There are great chances for this.
We will not accept this.
I heard
We will not go
I
to
don't think
slaughter
anything
like
has changed in
animals.
this regard. It's hard for me to...
How do you endure it?
Morris is fooling you with gold and hot jobs. Where is your honor? You already know my opinion.
There are good chances of this happening.
You already know my
It was exactly as you said.
My husband thinks otherwise.
There are great chances for this.
Nobody listens to me anyway.
I don't think anything has changed in this regard.
Yeah, get it.
Hey! Damn it, Joe! Excuse me. I'm Thomas, the...
Marvin.
Marvin the Ice. Nice name. Go ahead. Upstairs. That's where...
You blew your...
Of course.
Look.
Wait. I need to spread the word of...
Where's my...
That's right. I also...
Bruh.
Fine, I'll...
Let me leave.
Let's...
It's funny, I can't run pictures of water now. Yeah.
Show me.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Archolos, by the explicit order of the Honorable Governor.
Pronounce that.
And he works almost all day long.
Don't say you don't know about it.
It wouldn't surprise me.
It's hard for everyone. I see you already managed to get your hands dirty with blood. Several similar blood paintings have also appeared in the old town. Give me the vial. I'll see if it's the same blood. Maybe it'll help us establish some facts about the assassination.
Sure. Keep it. As soon as you know something, let me know.
Relax, boy. You're not the only one who cares about solving this problem. I'm staying close to Volker myself, and I'd prefer the next bolt not go straight to my heart.
At least there is peace.
In the valley.
Hey, you! Interesting armor. I've never seen one like that on Archolos.
It doesn't surprise me. Not many have the honor of wearing the armor of the Royal Guard.
Damn.
Furthermore, members of our formation rarely leave the continent. We only do so when a very important mission needs to be accomplished.
Are you really from the mainland?
That is correct. I have some orders from the king, however, which probably won't surprise you. I can't divulge the details. For me, the most important thing is that I can mix business with pleasure.
What does that mean?
Archolos is my hometown. It's nice to be back after so many years and take a break from that damn war. And even more annoying courtiers.
Tell me about the ore.
I won't tell you much, because all we really know is how to take their lives. But okay, let me think. First of all, if someone tells you that they are primitive animals, stop listening to them. Orcs are an intelligent race, and their society is divided into castes of sorts. They are big, hairy, and much tougher than us, and their position in the group is determined by the strength of the individual. And that's basically it. I don't know where they came from or why they're attacking us. If we started studying their culture, we could probably find answers to those questions.
Thanks to the extraordinary vigilance and courage of one of his bodyguards.
What's the situation on the front?
Orcs are strong opponents, and their offensive is steadily advancing. Unfortunately, it looks like we are starting to lose this war. If King doesn't come up with something soon, not even General Lee will be able to tip the scales in our favor.
It's that bad?
Yes. The military success of the enemy is only one problem. A much worse one is the waning morale of all Myrtanians, soldiers and civilians alike, day by day. First, we sacrificed a few villages as part of our retreat. Otherwise, we wouldn't have regrouped the troops. I don't know what the orcs did to their people, and I'd rather never find out. The rest of the citizens were not thrilled with the news. No one trusted the king's army anymore because only few understand that this was the way to act in war. And when I say army, that's a good one. More like a bunch of peasants, bandits, and roughnecks recruited by force. By order of our king Robar Tototoi. Such a bunch won't do anything. They lack basic training and discipline, not to mention moral principles. We don't have time to instill this in them from scratch.
So the Royal Army takes advantage?
Such are the realities, War. Of course, only the tales of the noblest deeds and heroes will reach here, because the situation with the archipelago is tense already. If only we didn't have to deal with all those courtiers just waiting for the king to slip up again. A waste of bread.
Who is this general?
You really haven't heard of him? The conqueror of Vara.
It just so happened.
Lee is the most successful soldier and commander in the history of Myrtana. It was through his cunning that the armies of Lutkor and Jelen were defeated, and Varant was finally annexed to the kingdom. Robar owes him a lot, and as long as Lee is alive, we still have a chance to turn the—
You speak of him.
Boy, this isn't an ordinary commander, appointed because of his birth or for getting up the king's ass. Lee comes from the bottom of the society and has earned his position. He doesn't surround himself with pompous, rich broads. He prefers to spend time with his soldiers, ones like me. I tell you, if there's anyone left to believe in, it's him.
Thanks for the information. I have to go now.
No problem. If I may, I'd like to ask you a question, too.
Go ahead.
Have you been to Silba?
Yes, I was.
Do you know a woman named Martha?
Weapons and armor for the Royal Army. More magic ore mines are opened on the island of Chronicles. We encourage all our miners.
Are you talking about that rough and spiteful hag?
Well, it can't be denied that she has a difficult character, but the way she cooks, I dream about her goulash to this.
Did you fell in love with her cooking or with her?
Have you heard the saying through the stomach to the heart?
I've heard about it. So what's this about Martha?
You see, before I left the island to pursue my dream of becoming a guardsman, me and Martha, well, we were a couple.
Things are starting to get in.
Of course, she had always treated it as a youthful dream with no chance of success.
Go on.
I guess you could say we didn't part on very friendly terms.
What do you mean by that?
You see, one day I just jumped on a ship that was going to the mainland, and I didn't even say goodbye to her. Could you check if she's still mad at me? It's been a few years, maybe she's over.
The road to Silbach?
Relax, I'll make it up to you. The word of the royal guardsman...
In that case, as soon as I visit Silbach, I will ask her about
By
it.
the explicit order of the Honorable Governor Morris, the following is hereby proclaimed.
A
horrific incident has occurred in our city. A respected and valued citizen named Volker was attacked while walking through the city. It was only thanks to the extraordinary vigilance and courage of one of his bodyguards.
My dog out again.
You have to be careful what you say.